This is the new Volvo XC90. It's kind of like one of those biohackers, you know, those people who try to defy aging by taking loads of supplements. You see, you're looking at it and you go, has it changed that much? Well, it hasn't really, because a lot of the body panels are the same as they were before. This car was originally released back in 2015, and while it's had one facelift, it's now had another facelift. And I'm going to see if I can point out the differences that Volvo have made to it. Now, before I do that, let me show you what the XC90 looked like before. This is me reviewing it for the first time back in 2017. And this is me reviewing the first facelift in 2023. And this is me reviewing the new facelift today. You can tell I haven't been taking anti-aging drugs, can't you? So let's see if old me can spot all the differences on this new car. Manufacturers often replace the entire bumper when they facelift a car, so they've done that here quite clearly. So all this part is new. All of this, anything's plastic here, is new. They've also done the grille, and it's quite different to before. I think they've probably done the headlights as well. That often happens once again when a manufacturer facelifts a car. I think they might have done the bonnet. It just seems a little bit more smooth, and that crease is a bit different. If my memory serves me well. Let's move down the side. They do less down the side because these body panels, they just tend to leave them because they're quite expensive to do too many body panels, and they are specifically fixed to the car's what's called the hard points, which is the actual structure of the car, rather than the plasticky bits, which aren't. So they would be more expensive to change, so they haven't been changed. Alloy wheels are easy to change, so there'll be new alloy wheels. Sizes on these look like 20s. Oh, no, got it wrong, 21s. I wonder if you can get 22s. Can you get 22s? It turns out you can. They look like this, but they're a £795 option, and they're only available on the top spec Ultra model. They could change the door mirrors, but they probably... Oh, is that new? I'm gonna say that's new. This bit's new, slightly different to before. I mean, you used to be able to get roof bars and satin and different trim around there, so not that. At the back, they sometimes do tail lights, but I don't think they've done the tail lights. This looks the same, and it's just the rear bumper again. That's it. That's what I think's different. Although I did spot something else. Actually, before I show you that, I think this paint is new. I don't think they did this purple paint before, but this is what I mean. That's a new Volvo badge. I'm not sure if I like it. Lots of manufacturers have altered their badges in the last few years. Here's some of the examples that I think look better now, and some that look worse. I think the new Volvo logo sits somewhere in the middle. Besides the new badge, I was right about the front bumper, grille, headlights, bonnet, wheels, chrome trim and paint, which Volvo actually calls mulberry red. But I was wrong about the rear bumper. That hasn't changed. But can I get it 100% right about changes to the inside? Right away, I can see one thing that is definitely new, and it's this screen. So it now sticks out from the dash, and it appears to be running Android Auto, like you get in a Polestar, because obviously Polestar is related to Volvo because they're both owned by sister company Geely. So let's have a look at this. It's quite easy to get into the different menus. You've got your climate control through there, which is a bit annoying. There's no physical controls for the climate control. You have to do it through the screen. It's quite responsive, and I think it's better than the previous system they had in the old car. Let's have a look at the digital driver's display. Wait a minute, I can't get it up. Oh. I mean, I can't get the display up. There we go. That looks the same as before. So you have various information in there, your map for your navi, and then your dials. It's a bit dark and dingy though. I don't like the display all that much. Wish they'd changed that, but they haven't. This area looks slightly different. It's like the same but different. So they've changed this. You've got wireless charging pad there for the mobile phone. You used to be able to get this crystal gear selector in the old car, and I do like that. The door cards look similar but maybe slightly different, and the steering wheel, it's the same again. It's like almost the same, but I think that bit is new. Other than that, it feels very much like the old car, but it is subtly different. I guess that's what they're going for. The seats feel the same structure, and I like this about them. Look, if I press a button down on the seat, it should bring up a menu on the screen. There we go, and then I can alter various things. So I can change the under thigh support by pressing this. Oh, that's good. And it's even got massage function as well, and you can operate the passenger seat just the same way. I think the materials might be slightly different. You used to be able to get a wool interior. I really like that. James, can you still get the wool?
No, afraid not.
Why the heck did they get rid of that? It was like, Volvo, what are you doing? That was really, really nice. Maybe no on board, and they just went for the leather instead. Also, this seems slightly different. It used to be open pore wood. I think it still is. I hope it still is, and it's not plastic. That brings me on to the quality in here. So, you know, it's generally pretty nice, but then as you go lower down, the scratchy plastics down there. What about the glove box? No, that's soft touch and squidgy. Speaking of which, how do you get into the glove box? I think they've changed this, isn't it? It must be through this screen. So let's go car. Quick controls, come on. Reduce lob, headrest fold. That's for the back seats so you can see out. Where the heck is the glove box? But no, there it is. Oh no, I think it was like that on the old car. Was it like that on the old car, James? You don't know either, do you? No. Yes, it was. Well done me, I spotted all the changes, and that brings me on to practicality. So the glove box itself is pretty large and it's lined with felt so things don't rattle around. You can fit a big bottle in there, and there's even more space in the shelf just on there. There's some decent space under the center armrest, and it encloses your USB port there. There's another one there and a 12-volt socket. Underneath this sliding cover, you have some cup holders, so that's for your smaller bottles. And then this one is for your larger bottles there. And I guess that's where you'll keep your Volvo key. The door bin's actually big enough for a really large bottle. Plus you've got some extra little storage in here. However, it feels a bit cheeky that Volvo charges you £51 for a sunglasses holder, even on top specification models. What's that all about? Speaking of money, I bet this Volvo XC90 has gone up in price slightly. It's probably going to start around about £65,000. Is that right, James?
It's bang on. 65.
Bang on. How can it bang on? Okay. This one, obviously, I imagine this paint is optional, and it's probably a higher spec version, is it?
Yep, top spec.
Top spec. So how many specs are there?
4.
4? It's a lot of specs. It's going to be 75 grand.
78, just under.
Okay, sorry. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at some of the kit that it's actually got on it then. Believe it or not, this full-length sunroof is not only available on this top spec version. You also get it on every single model but the entry level. However, some things that are reserved for the very top spec, things like this. Look, the Baz and Wilkins stereo here. And it's got this cool feature, if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? I'm sure they had this on the last one. What do I do? Go to where's settings? Settings, sound. So you have full Dolby surround sound. It's amazing. There's something else as well, James, isn't there? Massage function. That's only on this top spec car as well. Oh, let's check. Yes, you can open the sunroof. It's good. Should always have a sunroof that you can open. I like a pano roof, but it's better when they're open too. Look, do it the full length. You want the full length, don't you? Sorry about that, I couldn't resist it. But what we really need to know is just how big this car is in the back. Well, here in the middle row, knee room's good, headroom's good. The front seats are raised up so you can slide your feet underneath. Though I did just do this, I slid my foot too quickly and whacked my shin on the back of this. Other people are gonna do that, you know. That is a bit annoying. You can recline these seats. That's not bad actually, and you can slide them forwards or backwards. Now we're going to try out the very back row and see if you can get comfortable in the middle row at the same time in a moment. But first, I want to show you a couple of things here. I guess, yes we do, we have an armrest, and I like the fact that the cup holders are covered. That doesn't always happen on quite a few cars. This central seat operates individually to these other seats, which means, right there, look, you got this feature to it. It's an inbuilt booster seat for your child, so you don't have to have one of those annoying booster seats. Let me just put that back in because it's a bit of a faff. There we go. Can I fold this down separately? I should be able to. Where's the toggle? There it is, look. So you could have 2 people at either side and then carry longer items through there if you wanted to. Put that back. Oh, we've got some storage nets here on the seat backs. We've got individual climate control here in the back and heating for the outer 2 rear seats. Door bins, pretty large. Quality extends all the way back here. That feels nice. And the question is, do the rear windows go all the way down? I'm guessing they do. They will. Look. Yep. Plus you've got this inbuilt, sun blinds, which is handy if you have small children. Speaking of which, it's dead easy to lift a big child seat through the back doors. The Isofix anchor points are very easy to get to, but the shape of the front seats means you might have to slide them forwards a little bit before you attach a bulky rear-facing child seat such as this. But what's the middle row like for big babies? So this middle seat looks quite narrow and feels fairly firm, and yeah it is, but it's okay. But let's see what it's like here in the middle with a person either side. So Lewis, would you mind just jumping in, and James, you jump in as well. See what it's like for carrying 3 in this middle row. Is this a true 7-seater? Well, actually, it's all right, isn't it?
It's pretty good.
It's okay, and we've got plenty of knee room and foot space and stuff. Let's try it in the very back row. So, James, you stay there, and if you wouldn't mind just jumping out, Lewis. See what it's like climbing in the back. So, here we go. Ow, I just whacked my elbow on there. I have just about got enough knee room, just about enough foot space. Okay, my head is just touching that bit of the roof lining, but with my usual slouch on, it's all right. And these seats are raised up. Look at that. So I'm not feeling like I'm sat on the floor. And there's a cup holder here. What else? We've got a little storage area, some ventilation, thank goodness. That's okay. Can you just slide these chairs forward just a touch? So you still got enough knee room, right? Can you do this one as well? It's probably in the middle. There we go. I mean, look at that. Are you okay there like that?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Look, Lewis, do you want to just come in here? Okay, you're going to need that slid forward a bit. It's not so good for you, is it? Shows how short my legs are. Look at your tree trunks. But how far could you go like this?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I could go a distance.
Okay. I think it's a bit of a win, really. So the XC90 has pretty decent space in the third row. But if you're willing to pay a bit more, there are some 3-row SUVs out there with even more room in the back, including the Land Rover Defender 130, which has 8 seats in total. Click on the pop-out banner or scan the QR code on screen now to see my full in-depth video review of that car. Even with 7 seats in place, the boot capacity is all right. I'm guessing that kind of space looks about 300 litres, is that right, James?
302.
That's pretty close. Oh, look. Looks like this car is fitted with air suspension because you can raise and lower it by pressing these buttons. Do you get that on all trims? You can't get that on all trims, not even the entry-level one.
Not the entry level, but the other models.
Let's operate it then. Oh, it's releasing some wind. That actually goes quite a bit low. Look at that. It's going to make it easier to load things into the back, isn't it? What other features have we got in here then? What's this? This must be some kind of hook. Yeah. Now I usually do it with a takeaway. I put it in the boot on the hook so it doesn't like slide around and spill your meal everywhere. We've got another one on the other side actually. Look over there. What else have we got in here? Ah, look. That sign makes me think that it has hands-free tailgate opening. Does it work? I've got the key here. Oh, it's raising the suspension up again. Go on, work. No, work. These things can be so temperamental. Come on. Oh, there we go. It's not a kick, it's a waggle. Right, let's fold down these rear seats. There we go. That is a lot of space. And there's plenty of room. Plus, look, flat load lift with this scuff plate here. Although it's funny that they're called scuff plates because you don't want to scuff that because it's metal. So that is a big space. That's got to be getting on for 700 litres.
708.
Once again, pretty close. So what else can I see in here? I want to fold down the middle row. I'm going to have to go round, unfortunately. The release will be here. Go on, floppy. I like the way the headrests go down. This I have to pull onto this tag. Ah! James, can you help me? I've broken my finger. Do it gently. Just that is bit of a design flaw. You should have done the other seat while you were there. No. You have a lot to learn, young Padawan.
Oh.
That's right. There we go. And then look at that. I mean, you basically got a van. That's really good. And yeah, there is a bit of a space there, a bit of a gap. But can I just push this all the way through with that? It captured just about. There we go. That is fairly blooming practical, isn't it? So, filling this car with luggage isn't going to give you a headache. But what about choosing which engine to go for? Well, it's actually dead simple. There are only 2 of them. This car has a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine with 250 horsepower. It's a mild hybrid, so it doesn't have any electric-only range, but Volvo does offer a plug-in hybrid version as well. This uses the same basic petrol engine, but adds a much bigger, more powerful electric motor. In total, the plug-in hybrid XC90 delivers 455 horsepower. Plus, Volvo says it can manage 44 miles in EV-only mode. Both versions of the XC90 come with all-wheel drive and an 8-speed automatic gearbox, and I'll see how quickly this 250 horsepower XC90 can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in a bit. But before that, I've just noticed a problem. Have you noticed how high the bonnet opens to? Look, I can't reach it. Lewis, you're taller than me. Let's see if you can. Go on. Wait a minute, that looks like you're doing some kind of questionable salute. I've got an idea. Druge, yeah, come here, mate. Actually, no, go on all fours. That's it. I'll get there in the end. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's ridiculous. Anyway, if you want to know which I think is the very best trim level and engine choice to go on the Volvo XC90, I've actually configured one through Carwow. To see the car and what discounts are available, just click on the pop-out button up there, or scan the QR code on screen now. There's also a link in the description below. But what does this Volvo feel like to drive? I totally get why people buy these big cars even to drive around town, because you sit just high up in it. You're not as high as in a Range Rover, but it's noticeably higher than other cars, so you get a good view out. Actually, it's surprisingly easy to navigate for such a long car. Helps that the back window is huge, and you've also got some extra little windows in the very back, so when you're like filtering like that, you can see well. But actually the headrests do get in the way. However, if I go into here and go into, where is it, settings, can I do it while driving, and go into controls, headrest fold, hit that button. Yeah, that's better. I can see better now. The steering in this car is really light, which is good for manoeuvring. Speaking of which, let's see how manoeuvrable this thing is. Right, I'm going to do a U-turn here. We've got the cameras up already. Let's go to a different view. Oh, it's going to stick with that view. But let's see if I can make it round. How tight a turn can I do? I'm not feeling hopeful. No, I've cocked it. Oh, that was so close. No, no. No. If that car hadn't been parked there, I'd have been okay. Oh, let's see if I can do it from this point here. Yes. Oh, yes. There we go. This surround view camera is standard on all versions except the entry-level Core model, where it's a £695 option. But I reckon it's worth the extra cash, because a scrape bumper and a few curb wheels could easily set you back more than £700 to fix. All this tech really does help. You can see this is a little bit dirty, it needs a clean. Let's see if it cleans when I wash the rear wiper. Does it clean it? No. No, it doesn't have a rear clean. Although it looks like it's weeing, doesn't it? Look, it looks like the car's weeing. Look, on the camera. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. This road's really smooth, so I can't really test the suspension, but what I can tell so far is that it feels pretty good. All models, apart from the entry-level car, get air suspension as standard, and air suspension is usually very comfortable. It gives a car an air of luxury, which is what you want at this price point, right? One thing I have noticed is that when you're pulling away, this petrol model is a little bit gruff. It's like, it sounds like a diesel. Now, if you have the hybrid version, when you're just mooching around town, most of the time you are going to be running on electric power at these low speeds, as long as you've got charge in your battery. And at these low speeds, you really can't tell the gearbox changing gears at all. It's very, very smooth. There's a big bump there. Fine. I'm one of the few people in the world that actively looks for potholes and manhole covers to drive over to test a car's suspension. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best for these type of cars, but it's okay. It does enough to feel like a premium car. Right, I'm cruising at about 40 miles an hour. I'm going to floor the throttle, see what the pickup is like. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, go. 40. Oh, that took a while to kick down, but then it just smacked the gear home and we're off, and that is 70. Initial hesitation, but once it was on it, it was on it. This 2-litre petrol seems quick enough to me. I wish it was a 2-litre diesel though, because then I'd have better economy. This thing is actually only turning 24 miles to the gallon. It's supposed to do around 32 or 33. I haven't been driving it particularly hard either. I'm a bit disappointed by that. What I'm not disappointed about though is what this car feels like at high speed. It's reasonably comfortable, there's not too much wind noise. All you really get is a bit of noise from the tyres. However, it doesn't feel quite as planted at speed as something like a BMW X7. That just like sucks to the road. This is a bit more like, ooh, I'm Swedish. Right, let's check out the handling. Gonna go into sport mode. Such a small button to press when you're driving. Suspension feel firm. There we go. Firm for the steering. Ugh. Why don't they just have a sports mode? What's that all about? Does it feel firm? A little bit firmer? The steering is quite vague. There's not much feel to it, but people who buy these cars aren't going to care, because you're going to be carrying children and they'll all be whining, going, I feel sick, Daddy, stop it. Actually, this bit of road is quite bumpy. Let's put the suspension back in soft. It's a bit better, though I don't think it deals with the bumps as well at speed as an Audi Q7. Also, it doesn't handle as well as an Audi Q7. That feels a bit more fun to drive, though, you know, still not the most fun car in the world, is it? Obviously, it's a big 7-seat SUV. But if you want to watch my full in-depth video review of the Audi Q7, click on the pop-out banner up there or scan the QR code on screen now. How about this corner? This could be hard for it. Oh, no, it grips and goes round. So it went round that corner at the speed limit. You don't need to be going faster than that. You're going to get told off by your wife or your husband or your partner or whoever. Yeah, definitely a bit more lean in the bends than the Audi. Plus the brakes just seem a little bit more sensitive. So a little tickle and they're like, ugh. a little bit over assisted. I wonder if Volvo profiles its customers and they've all got very weak right legs. Can't press the brake pedal very hard. Need a lot of help. That was really odd then. There seems to be like a dead place in the throttle where nothing really happens. Yeah, the throttle pedal doesn't seem that responsive. Sometimes you can get left in like that. It's changed up even though I'm applying pressure to the throttle pedal, which should tell it not to change up. That's not great. And I think that's the thing with this car. The controls just aren't quite as natural feeling. Steering, the brakes and the throttle pedal just have this disconnect where it means that the car doesn't quite do exactly what you want it to do, like the very best of the Germans do. And as a result, they just feel a little bit more sophisticated and like there's been more money spent on how they feel to drive. Will most buyers of these cars care? Probably not one bit. But me as a motoring journalist, it bothers me. Okay, I figured out what happened. This car uses the radar system from its automatic cruise control to let you know if you're getting too close to the car in front. If you are, you get a little warning in the heads-up display, and it dulls the throttle pedal, so it doesn't let you accelerate to get any closer unless you really want to. So you have to press the pedal a little bit more, and then it does let you accelerate. And that was what was giving it this kind of weird dead feeling. However, my complaint still remains. The response from the engine, the response from the steering, and the response from the brakes still aren't as good as the Germans. Okay, so it's not quite as bad as I thought. Volvo says this XC90 will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 7.7 seconds, but what will it really do? There's no launch control in this Volvo, obviously. Just going to brake boost it, left foot on the brake, floor the throttle. Let it rip. Oh, it's quite noisy, this engine. Seems quick enough. 7.54 seconds. Obviously would be a different story if you had someone in every single seat. But what about when it comes to stopping? Well, I expect a modern car to stop from 60 miles an hour to 0 in about 35 metres. But this is a big 7-seater that's almost 1.8 metres tall and weighs over 2 tonnes. So how would it do? 3, 2, 1. Oh, all my weight on the pedal. Oh, the seatbelt absolutely pulled me back in the seat there like that. Thought I was having an accident. Whoa, and the car stopped so well, 34 metres. That was impressive. This thing will keep your family safe. All about safety on the Volvo. On here, it says since 1959. That's because Volvo invented the 3-point safety belt and they didn't patent it so that everyone else could use it because they're kind like that. So then what's my final verdict on the new Volvo XC90? Should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should shortlist it. It really is a good, practical family car. However, if you're prepared to go for a older car, then I found this on Carwow. It's a used 2022 Range Rover. It's a new Range Rover, properly new as well, unlike this car, which isn't properly new. It's just like a second facelift. You can get that car for the same money as this very car here, £77,000, and it's got the benefit of a diesel engine, which you can't get with the Volvo.